Let's be real. Hearthstone is fun. The strategy, the combos, the top deck moments, it's a rush. But if you've ever found yourself craving something deeper, darker, and maybe a little bit more badass, then you might want to take a look at this. In today's video, I will be comparing Hearthstone with Raid Shadow Legends. In Hearthstone, you collect cards. In Raid, you collect 3D rendered champions. Over 800 of them, from undead samurais to elven assassins to whatever the hell this is. These aren't just static cards, these are actual heroes with gear, skills, masteries, and backstories. You don't just build a deck here, no, you actually build an army. Both Hearthstone and Raid are games you can be playing both on mobile and on your computer, but look at these graphics, man. Some of these champions are literally out of this world, and the rush you get from unlocking your next insane top tier champion is just something I haven't had in Hearthstone for quite a while now.
Oh my goodness, are you freaking kidding me? Oh my oh my goodness, we fucking did it!
Okay, yeah, we've all heard the memes about the Raid ads and how Raid can be pay to win. But behind the memes, a very free-to-play friendly system with regular good rewards, free legendaries, and a lot of good events. In Raid, you don't really have to be spending money to actually enjoy the grind. And unlike Hearthstone, you don't lose half your collection when the year rotation comes. Let's face it, people meme about Hearthstone also being pay to win, but in my book, both games are actually paid to have more fun. I've told you countless times you could be reaching Legend and even Top Legend as a free-to-play player in your first few months if you know how to play, and you can also get a lot of enjoyment out of Raid Shadow Legends as free to play as long as you're resourceful and you know what you're doing. And for me, for both games, a big part of the fun is the grind, and this is just a big part of both of these games. I enjoy the process, and I've had a lot of fun in Raid Shadow Legends as a free to play player in my first year, and I did really well in it too. Like, I did achieve some really good progress that way. In fact, Raid is so free to play friendly right now, they're actually giving you 5 amazing champions in your first week after you start playing Raid, as long as you download the game from my personalized download link, which I actually hand-picked for you guys, and I really did my best to give you guys some insane, amazing champions right now, with which you can start blasting as soon as you start the game. There has never been a point in time where you could have started Raid with this much amazing stuff, I can tell you that much. You can download the game from the QR code, or from the pinned comment, or from the download link in the description, and that's gonna start you with a literal clan boss team in your first few days in the game, because all of these champions are considered clan boss specialists. And clan boss is one of the most important things you should concentrate on when you first pick up Raid. This is like getting a good meta deck in Hearthstone in your first weeks, and I'm pretty happy Hearthstone does something like that as well, so you can say both games are actually super free to play friendly right now and give new players a very good experience. But not only that, Raid has these events each month where they give you a free legendary champion just for playing the game, and that's a great way to keep the community engaged, as well as improve their roster naturally without them having to spend anything to actually have good champions. Hearthstone decks are flexible. You can throw in a tech card here and there to make the deck feel like your own, but Raid gives you gear systems, skill upgrades, ascensions, mastery trees, and straight up real RPG progression. You actually control how your team scales, and not just hope for the next lucky top deck. It's strategic, deep, and you just keep on looking how you can improve your team in order to make them better and better. There's always something you can do to get to a harder stage, or just be able to clear the hardest stage faster, by building a new champion, or upgrading an already existing one, or even unlocking some of the new crazy powerful relics that just got introduced to the game. There's just so much to do in Raids, and the devs are really passionate about the game and keep on introducing some really cool stuff a few times a year to keep us players on our toes. And I gotta say, it really works. If Hearthstone is a game of clever skirmishes, Raid is a full-blown fantasy campaign. Wanna fight dragons, crawl dungeons, clash with rival clans in PvP? In Raid, you actually have a world and not just a board. And yeah, the art is straight up insane. There are so many PvE and PvP encounters you could be facing that you will never feel like you don't have something to do in this game. Be it fighting the three-headed chimera, or roaming the streets of Centranos, or just kicking in teeth in the live arena, you will just always have something to do in this game in order to progress better and faster. Hearthstone is all about building the perfect deck, but in Raid, team synergy across multiple champions is where the money's at. Imagine timing speed boosts, attack buffs, decreased defenses, and nukes like a perfect symphony of destruction. There's nothing quite like watching your perfectly tuned team wipe an entire enemy with ease just because you've actually set them up properly. Playing Raid is like playing a combo deck in Hearthstone. You want your buff champions to give your team speed and attack buffs first, then your debuffers go in and decrease the enemy's defenses and slow them down or stun them or control them in some other way, and after that your damage dealers can waltz in and just wipe the entire enemy team with a single well-timed nuke. And this doesn't just happen naturally, no, you actually have to build your champions properly in order for them to actually go in this sequence, which is a level of strategy you just don't have in Hearthstone. Look, Hearthstone is still the king of card games, true, but if you're a strategy fan that wants a little bit more out of your game, then Raid Shadow Legends might surprise you. You already think ahead, calculate turns, and build combos. Raid just adds things like loot and some lethal fantasy chaos to the mix. I'm not saying you should choose one game over the other, no, I actually believe both games complement each other very greatly, and I have been playing Raid while climbing ranks in Hearthstone for the past 2 years now, truth be told. It gets a bit boring waiting between matches for your next worthy opponent, so I weave in a few fights here and there in Raid while I wait, and I do the same when my opponent takes a lot of extra time when they have an obvious play to make. So I really enjoy having both games side by side when I'm trying to climb some ranks. And I gotta say, I've been spending a lot more time in Raid and enjoying it immensely, whereas with Hearthstone, I kinda just play it on stream now, not gonna lie. In conclusion, you don't really have to pick one or the other, but if you love strategy and the thrill of the grind, you might just fall in love with both. Support the channel and download Raid through my download link, and you will get your hands on some amazing champions as soon as you start the game. There has never been a better time to start Raid than now, because my personalized download link gives you 4 amazing champions as soon as you start, and you will be able to pick up another extra insane legendary champion with the help of the 24-hour promo codes you could be using right after you start the game. You can get the amazing support barbarian Tahana Rock by using the promo code Desert Queen, or the top tier Skinwalker Nuker Sun Wukong with the code Monkey King. Or you can even pick up the current newest legendary fusion champion, the dwarf damage dealer Folan, with the code Demon Slayer. So what are you waiting for? Download Raid through my download link and join me on my new YouTube Raid Shadow Legends channel too, where I do my best to give you guys top quality Raid Shadow Legends guides, shard openings, and epic moments, and I also do free Raid Shadow Legends coaching live on my stream each Tuesday and Thursday over at YouTube. Hope to see you there.